Breaking news!
What exactly is breaking here? We're pre-recorded.
And why exactly am I here?
You guys are not ready. We are getting ahead of the curve with news no one else is reporting on yet. Uma Musume.
Tanner, what could you possibly be talking about?
I'm talking about the hit game Uma Musume, Chris. They turned a bunch of popular racing horses from Japan into anime girls, and they made a game where you train them to race.
You can't be serious. I never greenlit this. What does Uma Mumu Masume even mean?
The direct translation is horse daughter. Anywho, Uma Musume just celebrated its half anniversary, and sales for the first 6 months of the game have been smashing. I forgot to put a horse pun there in the teleprompter, that's my bad. Logging onto the game right now gives you lots of bonuses, including a special support card and tons of bonus carrots.
Carrots. Okay, I get that. Horses eat carrots.
Well, kind of. They're gems shaped like carrots, and it's spelled C-A-R-A-T-S. Get it? Because 24 carat diamonds.
I see.
Oh, and also after every race, the horse girls put on concerts.
Okay, I'm done. We're not entertaining this. Is there any other topical news that we can think of that isn't this?
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of BSU The Real Deal. I'm your host, Jasmine Johnson.
And I'm Tanner Lipka. Say, Jazzy, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I think you broke Chris after that horse story. I think he got depressed for the state of the entertainment industry. He just kind of walked into a corner and started Blair Witching.
Is that what he was doing? Okay.
Oh, thank you. It's from Chris, so I can tell by the handwriting.
He signed it?
No, it's just chicken scratch handwriting. Luckily, I can read doctor notes. It says old news with some titles under it. Back to the Future, old movie 1 and 2, Thomas the Tank Engine is scribbled out, and Bob was put right under it. And Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Okay, that sounds like a half-decent lineup.
So, are we doing the time warp again?
Tan, we have a dress code. We cannot dress like that on here.
Great Scott! Real dealers, we missed the 30th anniversary of Back to the Future.
But can't you just watch it on streaming services? Why do you need to go to the theater to watch that movie?
Movie? What movie?
Back to the Future. The thing you were just talking about?
I wasn't talking about a movie. I was talking about my favorite Telltale game of all time, Back to the Future.
Oh, I love Telltale games. I didn't know they made a Back to the Future one.
Well, Jasmine, this Telltale game follows the story of Marty McFly as he ventures back in time to 1931 to rescue Emmett Brown from being murdered by a bunch of alcohol bootleggers because they think he blew up their speakeasy.
Huh. I just figured it'd be a game version of the first movie.
Silly Jasmine, there are no movies. Anyways, Marty rescues Doc, but Marty is starting to fade out of existence because his grandpa died. So Marty, with the help of Doc, rescues his grandpa.
Wow, that's a lot for some movie tie-in game series.
I'm not done. So anyways, once Marty and Doc get back to 1986, they realize that Biff Tannen and his family now dominate all of Hill Valley. So Marty and Doc have to go back in time to have Biff's grandpa, Kid Tannen, arrested for running an organized crime family.
Wow, that sure is a lot more than the movies.
What movies? Anyways, while Marty is getting Kid convicted, Doc is falling in love with Edna, a news reporter who uses his inventions to rule Hill Valley as a conformist society. So now Marty has to get Citizen Brown, who is just a brainwashed Doc, and get him to go back in time and never start dating that news reporter.
Why couldn't we just talk about the movie trilogy?
No, hold on. This is where it gets good. Marty and Citizen Brown don't go far enough into the past, so Brown is worried that the breakup could lead to something even worse. So Brown tells Edna about Marty's plan, but Marty helps teenage Emmett build a flying car for the Science Expo and helps Emmett talk to his dad about not being a lawyer. Edna is so furious by this that she runs over Brown, killing him and making all of Hill Valley disappear.
Do you think they'll notice if I just walk away?
So now the real Doc Brown comes back with a different DeLorean to get Marty back to 1876 to stop Edna from burning down a saloon owned by, you guessed it, another member of the Tannen family.
I didn't guess that.
So, Marty and Doc take her back to 1931 because it turns out she was the one who blew up the speakeasy. Finally, Marty and Doc return to 1986, having fixed their timelines. And that, my friends, is the basic rundown of the Back to the Future Telltale game. What'd you think of that, Jasmine? Jasmine?
They lost me there at the end, but I was surprised that, well, that even exists.
You know, I kind of wanted to hear more about that.
Well, you know how it goes. They reached the length of the limit of the segment, and oh well, we have more notes on the game in the prompter. Crap baskets.
Oh, hey, that's awesome. How do they keep getting away with these things?
They're sneaky.
Well, let's looky here. The game doesn't have branching pathways. Rather, the game doesn't progress until you select the correct option. And that's weird. Every guy in Marty's family look and sound the exact same. Marty's dad is Marty's granddad. Oh, here's a fun one. Apollo played the game in German, apparently.
And they never finished their playthrough. What kind of shoddy reporting is this?
This is the real deal.
Oh, you think you're cute.
Jazzy, I'm adorable. Next up, we have Amelia with a movie review. Take it away, sports reporter.
Good day, real dealers. 'Tis I, Amelia, your favorite horrible sports analyst who probably should have been fired 5 episodes ago, but somehow is still here. Thank God. I really need a hobby. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a movie that's a little less recent than what we typically review. One that's been on my watch list for quite a while, but until now, I've never had the excuse to watch it. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. To give you a quick recap, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is a 1975 comedy which follows King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table as they embark on a quest for the so-called Holy Grail. As they trollop onwards, they encounter many unspeakable, horrifying enemies, such as a killer bunny, a 3-headed giant, a bunch of ugly, very punchable Frenchmen, a group of shrubbery-addicted knights, the perilous Castle Anthrax, and a wedding. So many unspeakable horrors. But do our heroic knights let these dangerous horrors defeat them? Nee, I say. Nee. Overall, this is a film I really loved. I went in thinking that I would be treated to a historical action-filled tale of noble knights on an epic quest that had a little bit of romance smooching or insane fight sequences. Instead, what I got was a very unserious, low-budget, absurd British historical inaccurate comedy that had me fearing that I was tweaking out of my freaking mind. Yet that's what makes the film so much fun to watch. The film, first of all, lets its viewers know that there is basically no budget and they're very broke early on in the film. I started hearing the sound of horse hooves clopping and started waiting for the majestic arrival of King Arthur upon his noble steed. Little did I know that the film couldn't even afford ponies. But rather, King Arthur clip-clops across the screen by foot as his squire follows behind, banging 2 halves of a coconut shell to substitute horse hooves. Dare I say, though, it's genius. It's proof that you don't need all that fancy schmancy shiz. It just makes it look hilariously stupid. It works so well. Also, don't even get me started on the plot of this whole trippy fest. I will admit, it's difficult to follow the movie the first time watching it. Like I said, I was tweaking and tripping the whole time. But somehow, the directors were able to create a satisfying flow of events that somehow just work. Shockingly, the directors would go from a scene of Arthur fighting and chopping the limbs off a delusional Black Knight to Lancelot crashing a royal wedding and slaying every single person in his path, just for funsies. Also, there was a killer bunny killing all of the knights. This bunny is the most evil spawn of evilness, by the way. If I had any critiques about the film, though, it would be the ending. I hated it. Right as King Arthur and his army are about to charge and defeat the annoying Frenchmen, a gang of police show up and break the 4th wall, arresting Arthur, and then the film just ends. I have been hyping myself up to see the epic beatdown where they finally got the Holy Grail and beat the crap out of the Frenchmen, and then my dreams were shattered. I do like the change in direction from it being a cliche ending. However, I felt that it was still very abrupt.
What? Is she done?
'Twas abrupt.
Is that the joke? Well, okay. I still can't believe we're almost done with the Big 25 and Amelia didn't know Monty Python.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
You know what else is crazy?
Me?
No, what's crazy is there's an evil bunny reference in Minecraft.
Did you kill the wabbit?
No, I like the bunny.
Speaking of liking things, I like moving on. And we should do that because next up is another old movie review.
Hey, real dealers. I've been doing a lot of writing about balls, space balls, in a galaxy very, very very, very far away, there lived a ruthless race of beings known as Spaceballs. Spaceballs is a 1987 comedy and space opera parody film that is a quintessential cult classic of the late 80s. The movie stars some of my favorite notable actors of the 80s and 90s. These include Rick Moranis from Ghostbusters and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Bill Pullman from Independence Day, and the late, great John Candy from Uncle Buck and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. The film also stars and is directed by Mel Brooks of Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and Young Frankenstein. Now, you may be thinking, what is this janky Star Wars parody, and why would I ever want to watch that? But Spaceballs is much more than just a simple parody, buddy. The film follows the Spaceballs in their secret plan to replenish their planet's air supply by stealing it from their neighboring planet, Druidia. The leader of Spaceballs, President Scroob, also played by Brooks, orders Dark Helmet, played by Moranis, to capture Druidia's princess Vespa and keep her hostage in exchange for the air. The help is on the way when Lone Star and his sidekick Barf are sent to rescue the princess. Bill Pullman and John Candy play Lone Star, a fusion of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, and Barf, a half-man, half-dog, as the Chewbacca sidekick. The two of them cruise around the galaxy in the Eagle 5, a dumpy RV spacecraft working for Pizza the Hut. Yep, you heard me. They somehow made a hut more disgusting. Impressive, right? While the film follows a similar plot and parodies Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, the film stands on its own through its storytelling and takes creative liberties to enhance the humor and originality of the film. For example, instead of Yoda, one of Mel Brooks' many characters is called Yogurt, and Dark Helmet's right-hand man is named Colonel Sanders. He's a little chicken when it comes to being a leader. To conclude, as a diehard Star Wars fan, I love this film. The Easter eggs and little funny changes are just the cherry on top of this ridiculous Spaceballs, the ice cream sundae. I give this movie a 4.5 and rewatch it at least once a year when I need some goofy laughs. May the Schwartz be with you.
Who wrote this?
Allie did. Why?
Because this is not old news.
It came out in 1987.
Yeah, but it's topical.
What?
It's getting a sequel next year.
Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot that was happening. Isn't Mel Brooks too old to play Yogurt, though?
I'm more concerned about the fate of Barf.
Rest in peace, John Candy.
Do you think this movie will be a spoof of specifically the sequel trilogy? Or do you think they'll have plot points from the prequels, too?
Oh, I hope they do both. I like Anakin.
You know, if they do that, then Anakin would technically have to be played by Rick Moranis, right?
Oh, next up, something related to Bob.
Hey there, Real Dealers. For this segment, we wanted to talk about a little-known kids' TV show called Bob the Builder.
Oh yeah, super obscure.
Exactly. For those who somehow missed it, what's wrong with you? Did you even have a childhood? The show, which first aired in 1999, follows, as you guessed it, Bob the Builder and his crew talking construction vehicles with ADHD and a lot of heart. Together, they fixed everything in sight while teaching kids about the power of teamwork and friendship.
Basically, it gave us hope that maybe, just maybe, anything in this world can be fixed.
Yeah, don't remind me. Anyway, back on topic. If you didn't grow up watching Bob the Builder, I'm sorry, but you didn't have a real childhood.
Yeah, your child skipped the fun and innocent DLC entirely.
So I was thinking that we would play a little game inspired by Bob's iconic catchphrase, "Can we fix it? Yes, we can."
Sure, what are the rules of this game?
Well, here's how it works. I'll name a problem and you tell me if Bob could fix it.
Hit me.
When the check engine light comes on, can we fix it?
Absolutely not. That's a divine warning from the car gods, meaning prepare your wallet for sacrifice.
That's correct. I love being poor. Okay, next one. When my Wi-Fi stops working right before a big deadline, can we fix that?
Only if Bob's got a degree in IT in a direct line to Spectrum. Sorry, bud. But that's what you get for procrastinating too long.
Why are you taking shots? Okay, last one. Can Bob the Builder fix my relationship?
Oh, buddy. Bob might build walls, but not emotionally high ones like that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Guess we really can't fix everything.
Hey, chin up. Maybe Bob's next spinoff will be Bob the therapist.
Yeah, I'll make sure to bring that up with my therapist. All right, let's get back on track before we start unpacking more unresolved trauma. Look, Bob the Builder wasn't just a cartoon. Well, he is, but that's not the point. He's an imaginary little man with a hard hat, with an optimistic outlook, and a toolbox that could solve everything. He taught us that teamwork, patience, and even that weird talking cement mixer deserves love and respect. But here's the wild part. Bob's coming back. That's right, folks. There's a Bob the Builder movie on the way, starring none other than famous relationship respecter Anthony Ramos. You might know him from Hamilton and Transformers Rise of the Beasts. He went a long way from chasing tornadoes and fighting robots.
Man's really building his resume. Gotta respect the hustle.
All right, well, that's enough nostalgia for one day. Stick around for more Real Dealers coming up right after this, because I need to go talk to my therapist.
Seriously? Anthony Ramos is Bob?
At least he's not Chris Pratt or Barry Keoghan.
Apparently the movie takes place in Puerto Rico and is being produced by J-Lo.
Why are all these segments relevant?
That is a fair question.
And furthermore, I'm not trying to keep things whitewashed, but why is Bob Puerto Rican? If they wanted to make it about a Hispanic character, Handy Manny was right next door.
Yeah, I actually agree. I want to see Bobsville.
You what?
Bobsville? It's where Bob and the crew are from.
Is this canon?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, while Tanner reels with that, I think we should move on to our final segment.
Hey there, Real Dealers, it's Liam here, and guess what? You're old. Yes, you, the viewer of this segment, are a certified old person, an elder, a senior, and dare I say it, a boomer. Need proof? How about this? Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Remember that? Beloved kids' book series from the perspective of an absolute psychopath. Not really, but written by Jeff Kinney, the writer for Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Wow, that's really all he's done. Huh. Well, as noted philosopher and former Vine star Bo Burnham says, we'll stop beating this dead horse when it stops spitting out money. Still not ringing a bell, really? They made 3 movies about it in the 2010s that introduced the world to the bicon emo boy that is Roderick Heffley. You know, whatever, I don't care. The classic children's book has released its 20th main series novel, and that means that you are an ancient bag of dust that will blow away into the abyss and be forgotten forever. That's it. That's the segment. Oh, now you remember. I thought so. Okay, so anyway, the book, what's it about? Well, the book, subtitled Party Pooper, tells the tale of Greg Heffley, the book series protagonist and well-documented narcissist, attempting to throw a birthday party for himself. Shenanigans ensue, Manny's a jerk, his mother is corny, and I continue to mourn my inner child who was shot dead in the Bronx in 2016. Or maybe not, I don't actually know. I haven't bought it yet because I'm poor, so instead I'm just guessing based off of the literal mountain of evidence I have as a precedent, and because I haven't read the book yet, I have nothing else to say. Back to our hosts.
Did he say there were 3 movies? Weren't there 4?
There is no 4th movie in Ba Sing Se.
Oh, I get that reference.
I think that if they did do a 4th movie, they should bring back the original cast and go the Fairly Odd Parents movie route and make him a 30-year-old middle schooler. It'd be really funny.
Or really dumb.
Who's to say? Anyway, is this episode over yet? I'm hungry.
I mean, we still have to do the outro, but we're almost done.
I could go for some turkey right now.
Oh yeah, Tanner, you just reminded me. Next week is our Thanksgiving episode.
Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. Everything about it is awesome, except for cranberry sauce.
You know what? I've never been a fan of it myself either.
I don't think anyone is.
Well, dang. If only there were no cranberry sauce, then Thanksgiving would be perfect.
That settles it then.
Settles what?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get cranberry sauce off the menu.
But Tanner, you can't time
That's
travel.
right. I'm going back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get cranberry sauce off the menu. I must go now. My holiday needs me.
Well, okay then. Well, hey everyone, this is the end of the episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please let us know in the comments down below. Or, do that thing with the red button, or like, or follow us on social media. Yeah, I think that covers most of our bases. Thank you for watching. I'm Jasmine Johnson. Bye-bye now.